Kal Kadosh, Boker Or, Bekiim Halacha 5, Siman Membet, Siman 42, day 94. This is page 254, Halacha Bet. Okay, Halacha number 2. We're talking about, again, changing Tefilin Shel Yad to Tefilin Shel Rosh. So we already spoke about changing Rosh to Yad, that we said you're bringing it down in Kedusha, but Yad to Rosh, are you allowed to? So Mutar Leshanot Tefilin Shel Yad Latzotan Tefilin Shel Rosh, you're allowed to. That's what's brought down in Shulchan Aruch. Why? Why? Why are you allowed to change from Yad to Rosh? Ma'alim b'kodesh, chazak uruch, doctor. Thank you. So he says over here, "V'ayinu be'oven sheyaseh lo arba'a batim v'yachnis kol parasha b'bayit shelo." So what do? You just make arba'a batim, right? And now you're going to v'hu adin, the same halacha would apply. Yeah, he says shemutar likach parashiyot, right? V'ritzuot mitfilin shel yad letfilin shel rosh. So you're also allowed to do the parashiyot and the ritzuot, because if you remember, we said that you're not allowed to change anything downwards. So what is downwards? From the rosh to yad. So you can't change the rosh to yad, the ritzuot, right, which are the straps, the boxes, right? On anything, even the covers, nothing, right? You can't change, right? The batim, I mean, right? And then the box is the cover. Fine, okay. Yeah, next. Okay. Halacha Gimel. Ima tefillin chadashim shadai lo nicham. What happens if you never put them on? So mutar lishanot. You're allowed to change, whether it's going to be even from shel rosh to yad, right? You just put on one piece of leather, and therefore it looks like one bayit echad. You already prepared the tefillin tzorch rosh. It's not azmana lav mintai. It's nothing. Meaning, the fact that you designated it is still nothing. It has to be 100% that you are doing it, right? 100% that what? That you're doing it, that you actually put them on, right? Because azmana lav miltai. The same halacha applies to the ritzuot. What does it mean? The straps. Even if you tie them together, as long as you didn't come and you didn't actually wear them, it's nothing. So that means even if you bought them and they're going to give it to you, you're going to say, Rabbi, but I already bought them and it's already prepared and everything. No, as long as you never wore them once, right? It's nothing. That's hazmana. Hazmana la miltei. Yeah, so you could change. You could change from rosh to yad, yad to rosh, no problem. Even the right? That you did, you doesn't matter. No, we don't go back in any. ולמעשה, אין לסמוך על זה לשנות תפילין חדשים של ראש ליד. למעשה, obviously, don't come and start changing it. רק כשאין לו תפילין שלו, if you don't have. and you only have 2 of ראש. אבל יש לו תפילין של יד אחד, but if you have other ones, אין לו לשנות תפילין של ראש לעשותן יד, even with new ones. Meaning, obviously, we're talking about a b'diavad situation, not a lechatchila situation. Okay? Halacha Daled. Halacha Daled comes and he says like this. מי שיש לו פרשיות מהודרות. Somebody that has parashiyot meudarot betוך batim she'en המאודרים כל כך. So you've got parashiyot meudarot in old boxes of tefillin. ורוצה להעבירם לבתים אחרים. Yeah, so you want to come and you want to change them to other batim, right? Which are going to be much more מודרים. פשט המנהג להקל להעבירם. The minhag is to be מקל. אף שהיו הבתים השניים כשרים, even though the other one was actually kosher. So it means even though the old ones were kosher, and now you're only just getting more mehudar, mutar. Yeah. Now, why would you say no? The Lacha brings out the Piskei Teshuvot also. He says that's a common practice of our time. So he says that people actually change them. He says even though, right, some poskim frowned upon it because they said that as long as they're definitely kosher, how are you coming and changing it? So he says therefore he concludes that anyone who could afford to purchase an entire new set, just buy an entire new set, right? So basically what we're trying to say is that if you were able to buy a new pair, just buy a new pair. Don't take, the mudarim from the old one and start putting them in the new one, right? Just buy a new pair. But if not, then you're allowed to. Okay? So now he comes and he says, מה? זה מה שאמרנו. אמרנו שלכתחילה יותר טוב לקנות חדשים לגמרי.
מה אתה רוצה דווקא? אתה יודע מי כתב לך את זה? מה זה?
אז תקנה הכל מחדש, יותר מהודר. זה מה שאומר.
כן, אתה קונה את התפילין חדשים.
לא, הכל, עם הפרשיות. זה מה שאמרנו.
הבנתי אותך.
כן.
אבל אתה יודע שבתפילין הזאת יש לך, הסופר הזה, אתה מכיר אותו.
לא משנה, אבל עוד פעם, הוא אומר, לכתחילה לא לעשות את זה. הוא אומר, עוד פעם, הוא אומר, זה רק לכתחילה.
אתה רק רוצה לחדש את הבית, אתה רוצה לחדש את הבית, אתה אומר...
הוא אומר, כל זמן שזה קשר, כל זמן שזה קשר, הוא אומר שזה עדיין יותר טוב לו. זה מה שאומר.
אתה יכול להגיד לסופר סתם שלך.
Yeah. Again, you're allowed to do it. That's what he said. You're allowed to do it. But some people say that it's better not to. Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, Pashat minhag lakel. But he says, but again, some people, they don't like it. Yeah. Fine. Halacha hey. אם נפסקה רצועה של יד סמוך לקשר, מותר להפוך הקצה של הרצועה למטה, ולעשות בה קשר של יוד, ויניחה למעלה. והרצועה של למעלה יהיה בקשר של יוד, תהיה למטה. זה נכון להפוך, right, הרצועה ולעשות בה קדושה קלה מאשר לגונזה. Meaning like this. You had the yod. Where's the yod? Iowa. Where's the yod? What does no books? Exactly, right here. So on the yad, it tore. So since it tore, well, now what are you allowed to do? Can I take, meaning it broke, it got cut off. So now, can I come and take the bottom of the tefillin shel yad, right, which is the rutzuot over here? Can I take that, put it up here, make the yod, and now I'm going to use the opposite side. So now I'm using the bottom part for the yod instead of the top part. The top part where it was the yod got cut. Now it's going to be the other way around. Are you allowed to do that? So he comes and he says, "You're no on the back. That's a dalit. Yes, that's shel rosh. Yeah, it's a dalit.
So the yod is here?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, on your rosh. Yeah. So we said like this. We said that that means even though technically speaking, keilu, I'm taking it down from the kedusha. The yod, which was the most holy part on the straps, was up here. Since it tore, I switched. I took the bottom part, which is on my finger, and I put it on the top to the yod, and I made a new yod. And then the other part, which had the yod, since it tore, I now made it on the other side. It's now on the bottom part over here by my finger. So he comes and he says, there you're allowed to do that. Why? Because even though I'm taking it down from a kedusha chamura to kedusha kala, it's going to be mutar, but it's better to do that than to put it in geniza. Which means that at the end of the day, if I'm going to put it in geniza, so you just put it in geniza. Here, I'm bringing it down, but you're allowed to do that. So that's what he comes and he says. That is going to be 362 and brought down in the Magen Avraham. He says, what about now the tefillin shel rosh? So he comes and he says, if you look in the footnote, he says the Mishnah Berurah Kol Yaakov Halacha Berurah added that the rules are similar to regarding the tefillin shel rosh. If the strap snaps along the loop that is placed on the head, and the person wishes to continue using the remainder of it, he's allowed to switch it around according to the Rishon and so on. Even if there are other straps available, it's better to continue using the torn strap, assuming that it's still long enough, obviously, than to just put it in geniza. Okay? Halacha Vav, right? Last halacha. Im itna ala tefillin mitchila, shim yirtzeh, yeshaneh, yeah, et tefillin shel rosh, la'asotan, right? The tefillin shel yad, right? What happens right now if you meet a condition? Yeah, on the tefillin, when you're making the tefillin, that if you wanted to change it from rosh to yad, you're allowed to. Afilu lovshan, even if you're going to put it on. It's going to help. So technically here, you made a condition. The condition was that from the beginning, you already said that maybe I'm going to switch it. So since you made the condition, it's going to be mutar, but he still says, that no, you're not going to be somech on conditions, you're going to get a heavenly blessing. So therefore he says that even if you're going to make a tanayin, it's going to be mutar, Zadayin yoter tov shelo. You know what I'm saying? It's still going to be better not to do it.